Okay, the first thing that I've done is that I've drawn out this figure here. I'm going to cut it into two right here. So there's a triangle here and a rectangle here. And I have to realize that this is 5.8. So I'm going to change my color. This length here is 5.8. And therefore this length up here is 10 minus 5.8, which is 4.2. So I look at this triangle, I redraw it here, so that's 4.2, that's 12, and I know this is y, but I'm going to wait on that. I want to find x first, one thing at a time. So I know I can find x, I choose my ratio, and in this case I look at sine, and sine doesn't really do anything for me, neither does tangent, so I'm going to take cosine. Oops, let's try again. Cosine x. Again, you can try taking sine or tangent, but you will find that it doesn't help you to find x. Okay, so cosine x is adjacent over the hypotenuse. If you have trouble finding out which is the adjacent, which is the hypotenuse, then please approach your teachers for help. Okay, so cosine x is 4.2 over 12, and therefore x is equals to cosine inverse 4.2 over 12. And if you hit that into your calculator, you should get 69.5127. 69.5127. I know it's excessive. I'm going to keep this for later. Right? And to present, because this is one of the final answers I'm expected to show, I rounded off to one decimal place. Oh well, the question asked me for two decimal places. So I'm going to say 69.51 degrees. But only because the question asks for two decimal places. Okay? Normally the standard is 1. So I found x. And now my job is to find y, and as we mentioned earlier, y is actually this length here. So if I redraw it for you, same triangle as before, it's 4.2, 12. We could use trigonometry and ratios, but we don't need to because this is a right angled triangle. And let's not overkill the problem. Pythagoras theorem is enough. So applying Pythagoras theorem, we have 12 square, this is y, 12 square equals to y squared plus 4.2 squared. So if you were to find y, give me a moment, 12 square, you will find that y is equals to 11.2 4 cm. This is again in two decimal places as requested by the question. Okay, just as well, you would have noticed that in the end, I did not need to use any of this. This was enough, but doing this is good practice just in case I need to use this in the future. Now that rounds up the problem. We found x and we found y, and all we did was apply one trigo ratio and we applied Pythagoras theorem. Done.